project was born with the institution of the first museum of perfume in Italy, six years ago, when with the city of Venice we took an agreement to establish this cultural institution, and from the cultural institution then the Merchant of Venice was born. That means that we were inspired by the original history of Venetian perfumery, and even the artistic glass making of the Murano glass, and some original elements of the heritage of Venice that we took back for the creation of a modern and contemporary line of perfumes. Since I was a child, I remember when I was 5 years, I came to the factory, to the family factory, and I was like filling small bottles of perfume. We had a very old brand of perfume. The name was Pinot Silvestre. It was one of the first perfume in Italy. I was filling this small bottle of perfume with a small machine. And then, of course, I was always following my father, even in doing some trade exhibition. And when I came to the university, then my father needed my help, and I gave up the studies in diplomatics, and I started to join the company and developing the national market, and then I took the responsibility of marketing and sales. You know, luxury perfumery today, it's an infinite universe, extremely competitive, and also becoming a little bit confusing. Among the different trends that I'm seeing, I'm interested especially in the use of craftsmanship in the luxury field. So, for example, as Merchant of Venice, we are cooperating a lot with artisans in my city and also in my country. So, for example, we are trying to support the artisans in the creation of our bottles, the finishing of some products, and I think that this ethical approach is very important also for a brand. Even the trend of sustainability and ecology in the market is interesting in the field of cosmetic and perfumery, and even the approach of consumers is changing in the sense that approaching the product, they are starting to understand what is the background of the brands, of the products, if it's an ethical or not, and I think it's very positive also for us. We have different ways of developing our perfumes. So the first line we created, Murano Collection, this is the name of the line, is inspired by the trade routes. So we have a collection of 6 perfumes, and each perfume is inspired by different trade routes that was connecting Venice to the rest of the Mediterranean Sea and the original trade routes. In doing this, in developing these lines and these perfumes, so we studied which raw materials, which ingredients were imported at the time, so we are talking about 500 years ago in Venice. So we are trying to use the same ingredients for every perfume. Just to give you an example, if we take Andalusian soul, so this perfume, in this perfume we are using the Cistum labdanum that the Venetian merchants were importing from Andalusia, from south of Spain, and today we are using the same ingredient coming from the same region to do the modern perfume. But we are also using unique new raw materials, like the case of Rosa Mocenniga, that is a unique spice of rose that Merchant of Venice is using, and we are also creating this rose production and gardens in the mainland of Venice. And also the blue tea, that is another unique project. Blue tea is it's a special type of tea, never used before in perfumery. So we discovered this special tea and we created a new perfume. We have an excellent marketing team, internal marketing team, and with them, with their support, comes a lot of creative ideas and novelties. For example, the Imperial Emerald that we are presenting today is a in-house project. And then we are also cooperating with great designers like Arturo Ricci, is a very famous bottle designer who created a lot of important brands in perfumery, and he designed the Murano shape of the bottle. Or the case of Pierluigi Pizzi, one of the most important set designer in the world, who designed my stores. And they are also friends of the brands, and we are establishing really beautiful relationship with these professionals that are really giving something more for the brands. So in this specific case, we were inspired by the beauty of the peacock. The peacock feathers are decorating the bottle. So we decided to dress this Murano bottle with this special type of decoration that we call sublimation. So we are using a metallization of gold and colors to create this elegant finishing. Then I gave the project to one talented master perfumer, Jordi Fernandez, who created the fragrance that in some way representing the perfect dress, perfume dress for this beautiful bottle. In general, we start from the perfume. In this case, we started from the design, yeah. The gold mask, 24 carats, is made by these 11 gold leaves of gold, created by the last gold beater active in Europe. He is Venetian, he's working since many generations in the city, and the fact that he is hand beating the gold makes the leaves completely pure. And the pureness of the gold gives a unique anti-aging effect and a long-lasting lightening effect for the mask. And from the mask then, we are also starting to develop a complete range of skincare products for Merchant of Venice, and we will be ready for the launch at the beginning of next year. We are working hard to improve the international presence of the Merchant of Venice and also the retail distribution, because we have beautiful boutiques around the world where we are also able to in some way diffuse the culture of Venetian perfumery. This year we will also make the launch of Merchant of Venice in some Asian markets, but we are also improving some important countries like Germany, Italy, even England. We are opening beautiful stores, and we are working in product development, and for sure, starting from next year, we will have a lot of surprises.